Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you are tuning in. I hope you are having an absolutely amazing day. I want you to come on in so we can have this conversation about exactly how much sugar is too much sugar for you to have if you are trying to consistently eat healthier. Okay, I've been talking to a lot of different people, and I realized that some people don't quite know the difference between sugars. They don't quite know how they process in your body, what to do, what not to do, what you should look out for. So I am about to drop exactly what to do, right? I want you to know so you are not confused and not getting caught up on all of these different scams when it comes to sugar. There are plenty out here. So let's go ahead and talk about it, okay? Now, if you're not familiar with me, I am nutritionist Dani Taylor, and I work with women to help them eliminate overeating, feel good in their body, and finally consistently eat healthier without sacrificing their happiness or good food, okay? And good food does include sugar every now and then, all right? It does not have to be cut out from your way of eating completely, but you must know how to go about it in a way that actually is supportive of your goals and your overall health. Okay. And that's what I'm about to break down for you. So before we get into it, I want you to go ahead and just share this video. Okay. I'm laughing because I was about to say two different things at once, and that word was about to come out all crazy. But I want you to go ahead and share this video out because there are a lot of people out here who do not know the difference between natural sugars, processed sugars, what to look out for, and that kind of thing. And I want to help them. So just go ahead and share this video. All right, go ahead and share it. Now, one of the reasons why I wanted to come on and have this conversation because I was talking to three different people about similar things when it comes down to sugar. Okay, one of the conversations that I was having was the lady came to me and she asked, she wanted to be clear about what sugars were okay and what sugars were not okay. And she had been told that all sugars process the same way in your body. So you should just avoid all sugar. And that is absolutely false. We're going to talk about more about why that's false here in a second, but that is absolutely untrue. And she was like, I knew it. Like I knew that, that wasn't the case. And I knew that something about that sound wrong, but I didn't know where to go to find the right information. This is why I really wanted to have this conversation with you all because there is a lot of different information out here regarding different names for sugar. And there are a lot of different names for sugar, which we're about to talk about. But regarding different names for sugar and how it breaks down in your body and what's good for you, what's not good for you, and what's causing the weight gain and what's actually supporting you in losing that weight, right? Or supporting you in having that consistently healthier eating track, right? So you want to be sure about what those things are. I want you to go ahead and drop down in the comments, drop an orange heart if you have ever just been unsure and you don't know, if you felt like, yeah, I kind of thought the same thing, like I don't know which sugars break down which way. I don't know which ones are the best for me. You're a little bit confused. A lot of us are. And to be completely honest, I was too before I started getting into more nutrition education and things like that, because these aren't things that we're really educated about. We're taught, sugar is sugar, right? We're not taught there are different ways for you to make sugar and different ways that sugar is processed in your body and it affects you in different ways, right? And a lot of us, especially those of us who are predisposed to having diabetes or who have diabetes and those different kinds of things, a lot of us believe that sugar is what's causing that, or sugar is the main proponent of that that's making it so bad for you, and it's actually not, right? So let's talk about it. So one of the things that I already mentioned that you must know is that there are a shit ton different names of sugar, okay, for sugar. There are a lot of different ways that the industry has allowed for sugar to be disguised or even processed in different ways so that you don't necessarily know that that is what it is. And of course, there are different things that happen in the food industry. Like if you see a food label and it says something like it's fat free, 9 times out of 10, it has more sugar in it to be able to account for the taste, right? But it's not just going to say sugar on the label, because if you take out the fat, if the label says fat free, then 9 times out of 10, you're looking for a healthier option, right? So it's not just going to straight up and down say sugar on the label, or more times than not, it's not. It'll likely say something like high fructose corn syrup or maltose, or maltodextrin, something like that. There are a lot of different names for sugar: fructose, sucrose, fruit juice concentrate, barley malt. There's like so many different names, right? And last time I checked, there was like over 100, and there's no cap. So for however many different ways they can figure out to process sugar, They can come up with a different name. And by they, I mean, people, the food industry, the chemists out here who making things work behind the scenes, right? So sugar can be under so many different names, and all of those different sugars don't actually process in the same ways. There are natural sugars and there are processed sugars, right? The natural sugars are going to be the things that you find in your whole fruits and things like that. And processed sugars are the things that you find in your Pop Tarts and your Oreos and that kind of thing, right? So you want to be mindful of which sugars are going to be the best for your body. I highly recommend when you go into choosing what's going to be the best for you, you choose unprocessed over processed. Of course, a orange is going to be healthier for you than some orange soda, right? So you want to keep in mind that the unprocessed version is the version that's going to be the most nutrient dense for you, and the processed version is the version that you probably want to stay away from most of the time, because it's not something that's going to support your overall goal. And I say most of the time because if you're not familiar with me, I don't recommend you cut anything completely out of your diet unless you absolutely want to. So it is not about me giving you some rules or some restrictions around what sugars you can and cannot have. It's more so you taking your body into consideration and saying, okay, this is the most nutrient dense option. And this option is not so much, but maybe this makes me happy every now and then. So maybe I can have that every now and then, right? But if you have that in too much of it, if you're having an over consumption of it, then that's the thing that's going to send you the wrong way, whether it is feeding disease or whether it is adding to that diabetic situation. Whatever the thing is for you, is adding to inflammation, all kinds of different things, right? So you just want to be mindful of what is your overall goal and how are you supporting that. It's not always about, that cake that you want to have right there in that moment. What is the end goal? You want to be healthier overall. So what does that look like and how can you move in that way, right? So what is too much sugar if you are looking at a processed label, right? Too much sugar in general, this is a very general blanket statement. Do not adapt this as a rule. Use this as a base point, and then you can adjust one way or another based on how your body responds. Okay. So, what I recommend for my clients to do if they are looking at a label is anything over 5 grams of sugar. Trying to find a bottle here. Yes, anything over 5 grams of sugar, I recommend that you just be mindful of how much of that thing that you're having in a particular day. Simply because if it is processed, 9 times out of 10, it was processed in a way that is filtering out some nutrients, or it's adding in something else that's not supportive of your overall health, right? So 5 grams of sugar or less on the packaging is what I recommend. Now, of course, that's a recommendation. That's just something for you to start with, a place for you to be mindful of, but tune into your body and see what's best for you. For me, most of the time, 5 grams of sugar is just too damn sweet. But that's for me, right? So you tune in and see what feels best for you. Another thing that I highly recommend if you are going to have processed sugars is that you pay attention to the ingredients. You do not want to have anything, a Pop Tart or whatever the case. Pop Tarts probably do have it in the first 5, but whatever it is that you are going to have, if you're going to have it more than rarely, I would be mindful of it not having sugar in the first 5 ingredients. Okay, is if the sugar is in the first 5 ingredients, 9 times out of 10 is way too much sugar in that particular thing, or it is processed in a way that is going to feed disease rather than help you create that healthier, happier lifestyle that you truly want to have. Okay. So this was just a super quick talk that I wanted to have with you. I hope it was helpful just to have let you know how much sugar is really too much sugar. Now, when it comes down to it, it really depends on you and your body, how your body is processing it, how your body is reacting to it. For me, I may be able to take in 4 grams of sugar. Somebody else, it just might send them in a tizzy, right? So you really want to be mindful of how things are reacting within your body. It's not just about our blanket food rules that we say out here or our general statements that we post. You really want to tune in and see what's going to feel the best for you and not just in general. Okay. So if you want to know more about food and you want to know if specifically something that you have going in your diet is something that is supportive of your journey or something that is sending you in the wrong direction, either it be weight gain, inflammation, or, just not feeling good in your body overall, then of course I want to sit down and have that conversation with you so we can see what's holding you back and plan out those next steps for you to be able to create that consistently healthier life that you want to have. Now, if you know that you want that, I want you to click the link above or below this video. It's bit.ly/ I'm ready Dani for us to sit down and have a conversation about exactly that. What are your goals and what are your next steps? Okay. And going to that link will help you be able to book your food freedom consultation where we will sit down and customize your exact steps to helping you live your best life. Okay. Now, again, I hope this was helpful. If it was, go ahead and book your food freedom consultation so we can look at your specific plan and get you going in the right direction. All right. I hope this was helpful. Again, I will talk to you soon.